Software Data Services. Just a brief introduction about what Integrated Software Data Services is or who we are. ISDS is a tech development company, so we actually focus on developing technologies for businesses, entrepreneurs, and also health software. Currently, maybe this is a good time to also say that we are currently developing an EMR, so you might want to actually look out for that. That will be ready in somewhere around November, December. And right now, we are here together with so many professionals. I have James, I have Jide, I have Rennie, and I have IJ and Chi. And we would all be, just enlightening everybody about technology, entrepreneurship, and even outside of that, we're talking about social events also. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be so much fun. This is going to be about 1-2 hours podcast, so you might want to just stick and just, have fun, enjoy yourself. But I'm not just going to be the one doing the introduction. I'm also going to be letting everybody introduce themselves. So I'm going to start on my mini, mo left hand side. So I'm going to start with Chit. So introduce yourself and let us know you.
Okay. Hello. Well, my name is Elizabeth, but most of my friends call me Chichi. I currently work for Oracle as an analyst. I've been with Oracle for about a year. And prior to that, I did EMR work, contract EMR work. And prior to that, my baseline is in healthcare. I'm a licensed respiratory therapist, which I switched from, how many licenses? I was less than a year. So it's good to be in tech.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Ijoma. My background is similar to her, except I'm not in healthcare. But we both started off working in EMR as consultants, contractors, and now I've moved into I've always been in the project management industry as well, but I haven't been as much into it as I would have liked. So during COVID, I actually focused in on that, and I've been doing a lot of contract project management work, which I'm currently still doing right now, and yeah.
Okay, it's nice to meet you one day. So let me introduce myself. My name is Tolu, and I am into tech. I do like tech support, and I'm the CEO of Integrated Software Data Services, and I also dabble into research also. So that's about me. Not much for you to know.
Hello everybody, I'm Rennie. Just like these other ladies, my career path has changed, and currently I am a Scrum Master with the Feds. Prior to that, I was in professional development in healthcare IT. I crossed over about a year ago, and that's where I'm currently.
Okay.
So, hello everyone. My name is Jay. I've always worked in IT. Currently work for Shell. I'm a network architect. Do stuff in the cloud, stuff with prem, and yeah, pretty much that's always in the background. That was where I've been in IT for 8-9 years now. So.
IT OGs.
I don't
Hello everyone, my name is Ekene James. I'm a data engineer, so I've been dealing with data for about 8 years plus, since 2015. I had my master's in information technology. My first job was a database administrator, and then I moved to a data engineer, so that's very similar. So prior to that, I had a bachelor's in biochemistry, so I had some completed that. So I was switched from biochemistry to information technology for my master's. I've been in that part since then, since 2015. So, yeah.
See, that is very awesome. As you can see, we're just not here just to talk to you because we don't know what we're talking about. We're actually here just because we actually know what we're talking about. Everybody that is here has immensely great experience in what they do. We have a data engineer, we have an IT network architect, we have a advanced Scrum master, advanced Scrum master, and we have an IT support here. We have a project manager that also have great experience with IT, informatics. We also have, I don't even know how to use respiratory therapist,
She's an
analyst. See, so as much as we're going to talk about health and we're going to talk about data and we're also going to talk about business, just know that everybody here has experience and we actually hope that you learn from this. So let us just go straight into it. The main topic or the reason why we're here is just because ISDS would like to educate everybody. We'd like everybody to know how important it is to use technology in business, right? And the reason why we actually brought this topic is because majority of business owners think that without technology, they can actually run their business without technology. I guess that might be very possible, but then, right, that might be very possible in some part of the world. In some part of the world, however, right, I feel like advancements brings even much more revenue, brings much more consumers, more customers to your business. Just like if you have a business and you're doing things manually, you might have 2 customers or 3 customers, and maybe you're okay with them. But what about if you now include technology to that business? What do you think is actually going to happen after that? So, if anybody just wants to start, how do you think technology is very important, or what do you think is your take?
I think by implementing technology in your business, it drives the model of working smart, not hard. I mean, of course you want to work hard, but work smart. Like things that would take you, if you're doing accounting, maybe you're writing it by manually on a notebook, writing each sales that you make. But if you take the time out of that and you build the system out where you have a scanning system, you have an inventory system, that now takes out the person that has to count and see what is left in stock. At the end of the day, you can automatically see what was sold. You can see what is left from that stock. So it's just it makes life easier. It's efficient. So I think that's where we're going in the future.
That's a really great point. You work smart rather than working harder. When you use technology, it makes you work smarter and rather than working harder. Just for example, right? So what Benny said. I actually have a friend. She has like she does like short listings and like hotels, like apartments, service apartments and things like that. She does not use, pretty sure she's probably on the live right now. She does not use any form of technology, right? So maybe if I know her before, right, and I'm going to Nigeria or I'll have to be there, people that patronize her are only people that knows her, right? So when I say, well, I think that there's some form of technology that you can use. For example, now you can actually use like a mobile application, something like Airbnb, right? Put all your listings on there, and I even went ahead to say that there's some technologies and some applications that have like algorithms. So if you have like algorithms inside of it and attached to that technology, that would actually help you market your business. So you even get to eliminate the point of view of having to market manually with your mouth, which I think marketing.
To be honest, that's why social media also comes in.
Right.
There you go.
Because I feel if you really want to scale up, you want to get people into incorporate a form of technology. Because I don't think anyone in this 21st century should say technology will add to your business.
People in marketing Nigeria use POS.
Yes.
That's tech.
Right.
Especially with this whole cash.
So,
Exactly.
With the whole cash
Scarcity.
Exactly. So it's,
I'm ready to do this.
it's only if you want to stay in the stone ages and say, you don't want to go be doing something that's when you don't incorporate technology. But social media is technology. It's because of technology. Yeah, so just putting your post out there like, oh, I'm into real estate. Do you know how many stocks you can get on this?
Oh, exactly.
Is she based in Nigeria or here?
She's based in Nigeria.
And even and she
Harder to
thing.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I want to interject on that because my thing is, whether she believes it or likes it or not, she's still using some sort of technology in her businesses, even though she may not have a platform for you to go and view the products that she offers. Something as simple as if you're having a Zoom meeting, that's technology. Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office. I'm sure she does.
She said she doesn't even use any.
but she doesn't even use any sort of technology. And that's the reason why
But Nigerians don't really
there's
use
no
Zoom.
accountability.
They don't
That's
really
just the
use Zoom.
thing.
So you think she's
They use Zoom in Nigeria.
So how does she get the word out? Is it word of mouth?
It's just word of mouth.
Is that what she
It's just word of mouth. Yeah.
And you know a lot of things Nigerians do, they meet you in person. Oh, I'm coming to come and meet you in
There
person.
you go. And that's what she's doing right now.
Which
Like,
Zoom?
yes,
That's an
and
American
and-
thing. Word of mouth.
It works for them.
It does work for them. That's why in certain countries it can work.
Yeah, but
I mean, not that it's you shouldn't implement it. I think it would work for everyone. But
Right.
in Nigeria, it works for them because they're limited with the things, the
Yeah,
resources
they have
that they
limited,
have. Exactly.
resources.
You have to work with what you have.
Understandable, but I feel like COVID has pushed us to step out of bounds. Like people that would never do or take a Zoom meeting have been forced to look at us. Okay, let me take because during COVID everywhere was shut down.
Right.
Businesses were still running. If you had a setup online, your business was still able to function. So
And I kind of want to agree with what Keji said, what Rene said, because there's some times that when I went to Nigeria, right, I noticed that some, big organizations, they are the only ones that have incorporated working remotely.
Exactly.
Having to
That's what I was
work
going to
from
say.
home.
Yes.
But my
small
problem,
ones are still working, going to the office.
And it depends
Exactly.
on what position you're in. It's not everybody in the company that will be working remotely. It's some people. Let's say, maybe if you're an admin, they probably still want you to go into the office.
Absolutely.
But then it's like, oh, the big people, oh, yeah, I've been working from home. But like, in America, they don't care. It actually saves you money for rent.
But
It saves you money for all these different things that you're paying them for.
yes, but my fear now is, why is it that only the bigger companies are the ones that know to, go through the technology route? Why? Because I feel like the startup business is the future, right? If you don't take your business serious and incorporate things that can make revenue even go bigger, make things, accountability is the thing. I was doing a research one day, sometimes, and then I realized that out of 100% of the businesses, startup businesses that goes live, only 80% of those businesses don't even make it through the 5-year mark. And I was kind of like doing a little bit more research and finding out, okay, why is it that 80% of the startup businesses are not even making it through the 5-year mark? And I realized that first, they don't have no accountability. And the reason why they don't have no accountability is because they're not incorporating technology inside of their businesses. For example, technology can be as small as a Zoom, just like you said. Technology can be as small as Teams, right? Technology can be as small as a POS. Technology can even be as small as, okay, maybe let's create this little software that all of our work will be in there, so whoever the CEO is exactly can monitor the work. And people in Nigeria now be complaining. They be like, oh, you can't get a good worker, you can't get a good staff in Nigeria. But why do you think all of that is the problem? I think it's because whoever the CEO of any startup company is because they don't take their business serious.
Well, let me interject that. I feel like sorry. I feel like Nigerians business owner, especially when it's a small business, like they're putting a lot of their own resources from their own pocket.
There's no loan.
Yeah, no, against that. You're thinking about, I'm running a business, I'm thinking about generator. If I'm doing delivery, I have to think about traffic. Like there's so many, where they can pour their energies into, they're putting it into so many other things because the country, I'm sorry, doesn't work.
Yeah.
Small business also know that IT costs money.
Yes.
Any kind of IT that they prepare, you want to create a full stack
Yeah.
app, you need to maintain it as well. You need hosting too. You need
License.
so things will keep changing.
For the subscription.
Yeah, there's so many licenses to go to and too many businesses.
Even to use Teams. Teams. To use
Exactly. You have to pay for those things.
Yeah, you don't just call. To use Teams, you have to renew your license. Smart sheets, all these things. You have to keep renewing your
If I
license.
even go in that process, and like
That's what
I was in the power of
Exactly.
back then. There was obviously.
Exactly.
I established the output.
Okay.
Right?
So,
Yeah.
to speak to what you just said now, right?
Yeah.
I don't think it's not the opinion that, well, for me, it's not my opinion that they don't want to. They want to, but the basic necessities are not there.
Thank you.
Right?
So when you
But
say the
they
basic
have-
necessities,
We're
what are
talking
the
about
basic necessities?
we're talking about electricity, number one,
Yeah.
which electricity drives having a simple internet connection.
Okay.
Being able to have your technology running, like he was saying, hosting, like that takes a lot of energy.
I have a question
So-
about that though.
So,
Yes.
and then also when we want to take it back, like money, like a lot of these small business owners back home don't really have a lot of money,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be based on location.
Yeah.
It could be based on customer base. Like a lot of them are so used to doing word of mouth
Okay.
that. Go ahead.
So let me take it back a little bit.
Okay.
Right.
Further back than what I.
Yeah. I'll take it further back a little bit. Right. So when you want to start a business, I'm pretty sure some of us here have, we're all business minded. Rennie's business minded, James is business minded, Judith's business minded, and IJ.
I don't have a business.
I think
I'm
you
not
do
business
have a
I
business.
don't think I'm very
I
business.
can invest in business. Well, I don't.
I think James is business minded.
Shut up. Let me just do business. I can put my money into investment.
Some people are not meant to run businesses.
Yeah.
We're not meant to work for people.
Yeah.
Are you business minded?
I like to be if I have the capital. Once again, let's go back to capital.
Yeah.
Capital makes a lot of things easier. I have many ideas in my head, but money, at the end of the day, it's money.
And that's the reason why I want to take it back a little
But
bit.
not
Right?
just money, but you have to run a ship. You
I
have
think
to run a-
Exactly.
I think
run a business.
I can run it like that.
you don't really put your mind into business because there's so many opportunities,
Right.
But in Nigeria, you'll be forced to get into business.
Exactly.
Because there's no jobs in Nigeria.
Exactly.
Right. That's
Where are the jobs?
you see master's degree holder, you see all these
Yeah, they all have
and it's
businesses
business
like
that
tailoring and all that business. Because there's no job.
But that now takes me back a little bit. It gets me like wondering as to, okay, when you want to start a business, right? Are there some things that you really need to put in place? Because we're talking about funds, we're talking about electricity, which is amenities not being available, we're talking about this, we're talking about that, right? If you want to start a business, I think that at least you want to sit down first, right? You want to list that, okay, this and this is what I need to start this business, and this is what is going to get me running for 5 years, for 3 years, for 2 years, for however years, right? If you feel like this and this is a problem, right? I bet you there are alternatives in Nigeria. For example, right? Integrated software data service, ISDS, right? We are actually offering to develop softwares for every entrepreneur, every business is $0 down. You don't have to pay anything. Just say what you want. Just say the type of software that you want. We're gonna work with you. We're gonna create that for you. I think that we might not be the only one doing this out there, right? There might be other companies that are out there willing to support, right? New businesses, startup businesses to create all of these things. I think that the problem with entrepreneurs is everybody just jumps into business without having to know that this and this is what we need, and if this is a problem, right, how do we overcome this? You're looking at now, but then you're not looking at the future.
I have a question based on what you just said. Your company, you're offering to build softwares and things for other people for free. If somebody brings their idea to you, does that mean, since you're doing it for free, does that mean your company will now own the patent for that software that they've created?
No.
How is it benefiting your company?
So it's benefiting our company because although we're doing this for free for you, and you're also going to use that software for 3 months, right? We will give you a leeway for you to make profits. Of course, if you want to start up a business, you should already have your customer baseline, right? So if we are already giving you 3 months to use that software for free and you start the business, right? You're not going to even make any payment after 3 months. It's a subscription, of course, but then payments will start after 3 months. And of course, we are we, as well as other software companies that does what we do, right, they are understanding, right? So if you say maybe the third month, we have not made profits or we've not made revenue right now, give us 2 months more, give us 1 month more. Of course, we are business minded, we are a business entity. The reason why we're supporting you in the first place is because we want you to grow, right? As well as we also want to grow. It's just like a partnership and collaboration. Partnership and collaboration in business just has to do with understanding.
And that's awesome and all. Understanding is great when it comes to business, but at the end of the day, let's call it what it is. Business is profit. I'm in there for profit. So for your viewers out there that maybe tuned in and say, okay, this is a great idea. Do you just accept anyone who comes to you and doesn't have the money to how does that work? Like, do you
we kind of like have the prerequisite that you have to meet.
Okay.
First of all, the business has to be existing. You just cannot be a new person and just wake up one morning and say you want to start up a business. I don't know how serious you are.
Exactly.
I don't know how serious you are. I don't know how ambitious you are to start up that business, right? Although, right, we have another package. Whereas, even though you're totally new into business, right? Even though you're totally new into business and you haven't even done any business before, and you come and you say, oh, I think that the situation of, let me use Nigeria for example. The situation of Nigeria is hard, right? And then you want to start up a business, you need this and this software, this or this and that software. We would actually create it for you. For those, we give them 5 months for them to use that software, right? Start generating revenues. But then if you don't generate revenue after 5 months, then we take over the business. But
take over the business or
we'll take over the software.
So that means you own the patent to whatever software they bring to you that they would like to create, is what you're saying.
Because
that's
it's developed. No. So we would only own the patent if the only reason why we're going to own the patent is just if they did not pay for it. If they don't pay for it or they cannot afford to pay for it, then of course somebody got to keep running the software. We can't just lock it down. You understand?
So also they'll be paying for the software while after you build.
After we build the software,
After
yes.
you build the software.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to build the software for them. For example, the new ones that have not even had any business or don't have no customers, right?
Okay.
We're going to build the software for them.
Right.
They're going to use that software for 5 months, right? So when they use the software for 5 months, of course, after 5 months, you should be able to generate revenue to be paying for the software, and it's very, very affordable. Let's now assume that you don't have any customer base within 5 months, right? Then we would take that software back.
We would gain the ownership back.
We will gain the ownership back, correct. We will gain the ownership back for that software. We'll continue to run the software. Now, if you come back and you say, it's just like in America, right? If you have a car loan or you have a car lease, right? And you don't pay for it, they'll come grab the car from you. When you have the money, then you go back, you pay for it, and then they'll give you back the car. Exactly. So that's how it is.
But basically, you guys are going to be running all that, the aspect of their, because if they're running it, how would you be able to get back what you...
We're going to be running the aspect of that business.
Okay,
So you're running
that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, go ahead.
So, sorry, I lost my train. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask. So you're saying after like those time period, if they don't make enough profit using the software, then you. So the time period when they're using it, who owns the software?
Them.
So they own it. At that
They
time.
own it 100%. We don't own it. The only thing that we do is just help you maintain it.
So you just
We
repossess.
represent it if they don't pay for it.
I remember my question now. In the process of them trying to gather money to get that software back, can you market it to another company? Can they be bought by them?
No, it cannot be bought by another company. It's gonna be managed by ISDS.
Even if they're not using it, how are you managing it?
Because we have, so as well as us being a software company, we also have a business development team that also does the business development part of it.
Which is what I'm asking. So if that company is not using it, and they don't, let's say I start a business, I come to you guys, I'm unable to, my business is not yielding what I expected it to yield, and I'm unable to keep up with those payments or like make payments at the due time. business crashes all the time. That's part of business sometimes
Right.
also too. So
Right.
what happens to that software? Does that mean that
We take ownership of it.
so that you take ownership, that means you can give it to another company as well?
Yeah.
So what do you do with it?
So that's,
We have a business development
so
group
you're kind of
also.
using that app.
So we're using it. So basically the business will now become ours.
So you're gonna take their, so you're taking somebody's business though.
And that's part of the agreement. Because technically, if you want to do it, if you are paying for it, you understand, it's okay. You can continue to take the business. But then remember, we are building, we are supporting you, right? This is something that you cannot do on your own initially. So we are supporting you to make sure that you grow, right? And I feel like as an entrepreneur or as a business person, if you really want to make profits in business, business is business. Business is not all about being skeptical or being having one side and not one side, right? Business is all about you being ambitious. It's either you go in or you don't even go in at all. One thing about business is that if you start it and you feel like, okay, this and this is what you need, or this and this is how I feel like my business is going based off of your business plan. If you stick to that business plan, you should be able to make profits.
Oh.
If you don't make, and it will give you enough time to actually make the profit too.
For example, restaurants. It's known that restaurants, the first 3 years, they don't make any profit. They're actually in deficit at the end of those 3 years. So in that kind of case where you
But then
develop
they be
something
paying
like-
for it, right? So
No, they're in
basically,
debt at the end of the year, like in deficit.
the
They
only
spend
reason
more
why,
than-
the only way we would come is like take over the business is just if they're not able to pay the initial payment. So let's assume that a company, developed a software with us, and then we gave you a 5-year learn to start paying. If you pay for 1 year or you pay for 3 years, and then maybe the business run down, we understand that. We're not going to take the business from you because you already started it. You already grew to a certain point. You understand? We will even support you much more
I
further.
wanted to say something. You said that businesses that for the first 3 years,
Restaurants,
yeah, the first 3
yeah.
years they're in deficit. They still have to pay their bills. That's not going to
Yeah.
stop them from paying your bills.
You still have to
Even
pay
if
bills.
you're in deficit, you still have to pay the workers. You can't say because I'm in deficit.
And everybody will suffer with you.
You still have to pay. So that's just that's just a
So this
business.
kind of
That's a
a-
business loss.
Yeah.
The first 3 years, you have to plan for that. Then when you start making profits, then you
Yeah.
go ahead and continue.
I feel like every business has their dip period,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
then dip period doesn't just come, right? If you are a business-minded person, you would see that, okay, in this, you have a forecast, right? You would know that, okay, in this month, in 2-3 months, we're going to have a dip right here. If you know that you're going to have a dip, you start to communicate. Communicate with whoever your client is, communicate with whoever your customer is, and let them know ahead that, okay, in 3 months we're going to have a dip period, and it's going to take us so and so amount, or so and so time to recover from it. It is business. Other clients also make money. If everybody are saying that, we're having a dip period, you cannot do this, the business is going to run down.
Yeah. So my question is, first of all, what kind of software? What kind of software would you be, building for this, your clients and your customers?
So we have like mobile application and also web application, right? So we would not help you because we don't know the processes of your business. We don't know the modalities of what you do. So one of the things that we're going to do, for example, let's say you start up a new law firm, for example. We're working with a law firm right now. We are helping them to create like a software where they can store their clients' information and all of their client stuff. We start up it in Nigeria and also do like video visits. So rather than your client having to come into the office, you can do like video visit from that software. So it just depends on what your modality is. We are very broad, right? So we don't restrict ourselves to just one type of software. What we do is we discuss with you, we learn what you want, we understand, okay, this is how you want it, that's how you want it. If you cannot draft so there's something called the user story. If you can't draft that user story, right, then we draft it for you. We show you, we say, okay, this is based on what we discussed about. This is how it is. Do you like it this way? If you approve of it, then we go ahead to start building the MVP before we even start developing it, and you are involved in every process of it.
So then you go ahead and do you build their websites, everything?
We do build their websites, we do build like their software and everything that you need regarding either web application, mobile application, we do everything for you, and you don't have to pay anything down. Which is my surprise as to when you were talking about no money, no amenities. I'm pretty sure that we're not the only one that does that, right? There's some other people that also do that in Nigeria, but I just think that the problem in Nigeria with entrepreneurs is awareness. People don't know
That's true.
that
That's true.
things like this actually exist.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a question.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned a few things in your explanation of the services that you are able to provide. For example, there's two things I want to touch on. For example, you said you'd be able to create a portal where they can have video videos. What differentiates your company from me saying I can just buy the license for Zoom, it's $100 for a year?
But he's also taking care of the rest of the businesses for them, not just the video aspect. He's going to help them run their business more efficiently with his.
So basically, you're
software.
replicating your business.
That's that point.
Yeah.
It don't really matter. Like,
Right.
we work for multinational companies, we have multi-tenants,
I
right?
think it's
I
always
all
share.
of this, right? We have AWS managing this. We have Honeywell managing our content system. So
Right.
I really don't need a centralized guy coming and telling
But
me.
not, small businesses don't have the money
They don't
to do that.
exactly.
They don't
But,
have money
and
to
that's what
outsource
it's
like that.
But it's
more
not-
cost effective me just doing teams.
And
$100
a year.
Okay, so
And
we
then
just
exactly. It's like
And
you said,
then-
research.
That's why I have business analysts. That's why I have
Yeah.
in-house.
And
I
like,
can
for
do that.
example,
I can also
e-commerce.
do
Just
my
like
website,
something
e-commerce,
e-commerce.com.
right?
Rather than
You
saying,
can
oh,
easily
you
pay less for the.
For like
because it's more like integrated in one. It's more like a one
One service.
so like for
so
example,
that makes it a little
And that
If-
makes it very expensive to sometimes to manage, right? Because the management is integrated.
especially for small businesses,
Small business, that's what
large businesses, I
large business
understand
can take it
that.
off.
Yes.
That's a system.
So let me make
Hold
a
on, before you go in, like for example, one thing I've noticed that people do a lot in Nigeria is resell, buy and sell things. E-commerce is a big thing. So there's places like Shopify that I can go on there, create my website, I can maintain my inventory. I don't need to get a developer or a website developer to do stuff that I'm not able to maintain. I don't have to keep paying for them if I want to update my website. Shopify simplifies this for you to be able to do these things.
In Nigeria.
Anywhere.
So one question
Yeah.
is when you do Shopify,
They have Shutaway.
right?
They have all that stuff that they like a version of Shopify in Nigeria.
How
Yeah.
much does that
So
cost?
it's not expensive. If it's like you can get a plan for 100, 200, 300. There's different plans. So, but the thing is, I've done e-commerce before, and this was back in 2012. What we did was we didn't have all that Shopify things back then that I could have used. So I had to get a web developer. The problems that I ran into having a web developer is if I needed to do updates, maybe we have a new product, that inventory and things like that, I need them. If I want to generate a code for a sale, I need them.
for
Continuously, and I would have to pay for each services that I'm
service,
doing.
yeah.
Whereas Shopify, it comes, you can just keep increasing the package that you want, and I can generate codes as much as I want. I can
Right.
change my inventory, I can maintain my inventory, and that is more feasible for smaller businesses. Because that was a big problem for me. Now I have to go and call this guy. I have to have my 255 and do this, and I have to do this, and I have to do that.
Sorry, you mentioned that with your company, you guys have different people that.
Yeah.
Can you repeat what you said?
We are multi-tenants. Like we have different people hosting different services.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell you, like, and this is why cloud has become a big thing right now. Because I'll probably think yours is a little bit more on-prem, like you manage. People want to easily scale up. They want easy support. Like right now, AWS, I tell them, oh God, I don't have enough capacity to host this database. I just click the button. I don't need nobody. I don't need to call anyone. Like those are services. And that's why everything's becoming service. Like platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, software as a service.
Software as a service.
Everything. Nobody wants to host now. stuffing. Nobody wants that middleman.
Responsibility,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everybody
Let me
wants
ask you a
it.
question,
And
right?
then security
With
is also
with
too.
Microsoft SQL Server,
Yeah.
you need an administrator. to
Yeah,
maintain
you got it
it.
now.
Yeah, but with the cloud environment, you don't
Yeah.
need everything is self-hosted. You just easily click
Yeah.
a button.
Like I went for the
Everything
Fed,
is, I get
security's
that.
big.
I
You
get
have
that
all
everything
the
is
department,
self-hosted. But then if
everything
you have a startup business, right? One of the reasons why we started this conversation earlier was because they don't have the resources. They don't have money to even do this,
Yeah.
right? And then you were talking about $100, $200, $300 for Shopify, right? Those people in Nigeria, the startup company, can they afford $100, $200, $300? And in addition, right, even though you want to host your software on the cloud, you just don't host your software on the cloud without paying for it. You have to pay for that space that you're hosting your software on, right? And again, if your software is hosted on the cloud, let's say that sometimes there is like a downtime or something, you need somebody to even help you maintain that. Is that a lie? No? Okay. Expand on it.
No. So cloud services are totally different. Like there's and you sign SLA, right? You have a set amount of that, and it's always like that. The guarantee of my security, the guarantee of availability with my services being hosted in the cloud, always 100%. I'm going to tell you that.
Right.
Never will. Because they are hosted in different. Say now you're hosting your services in Lagos. What AWS will provide is they will host the thing, they will replicate it in different locations. Lagos goes down.
But then, in other words,
And
right?
you're always-
Let us reverse the whole topic, right? So, what do you think that entrepreneurs should do much more better in Nigeria for them to improve their business?
Customer service.
I think
That's
that
huge.
customer service is a big thing.
That's
Yeah,
big.
customer service is a big
Customer
thing.
service.
Yeah. What are the things? I feel like so there was one time I went to the bank in Nigeria, right? And the lady that was down in the front desk, she was just very
That was
not
happening.
nice. For some reason, she was just very not nice. And the reason why. So I feel like customer service affect business all right.
I don't know if it's the
Don't
heat.
lie.
I don't know what it is.
You can't blame nobody.
Tinubu is the president. I asked for common pen.
But you know, when it's super hot outside, I was ready to and there's traffic, and there's no money.
For real. The first moment.
For me, if I look for customer service, trying to put business out there.
Improving, they don't improve.
Yeah.
Nigeria, the
Maintenance.
same type of things they were doing in 2001 is what
I-
goes to
I-
Nigeria, they're
you
still
know,
doing the same
I'm
thing.
trying to
Doesn't
think
make
of-
sense.
How many
They
companies in
have horrible
Nigeria
maintenance
have
service in
like that
Nigeria.
cloud architecture, like cloud resources? I'm trying to imagine there's anyone.
Very, very few.
The very few, right? But I would say
The
it's not of them
traditional.
traditional, right? Because it's seen the cost.
And that's the reason why the company is actually introducing it to them. We know that everybody is going to be Nigerian based.
Customers will be based in Nigeria.
Yeah, and then if you have like a software
Which is
that
actually better than competition will be so
And I know you say cloud is becoming a thing in Nigeria because our friends used to work in that space in Nigeria.
Right.
And trust me, I've done cost analysis on hosting some services on-prem compared to hosting in cloud. Hosting, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like because I've thought of hosting some application and I needed to employ 2 extra
On-premise
engineers, extra cash, extra money. And I'm hosting the same service in the cloud, easy to scale up, easy to drop down if I'm not using it up. Cost changes all the time and it's very fluid.
So I think that we're digressing a little bit out of the
Usually
topic
saving
here.
over 5K.
So the topic here is not, is it good to host in the cloud or not? The topic is, I get that, but then the topic is, what exactly do entrepreneurs, what exactly can they do better?
Are you talking about just in Nigeria?
We're talking about just in
He did.
Nigeria.
Okay.
We know that in America here, business has gone far. We understand that. But then in Nigeria, the startup companies that don't have anything at all, how can we help them? Right? They don't even know about the cloud. They don't even know if it is good to host on the cloud or not. All they just know is, okay, we have a business. We are doing it manually, right? We've not incorporated any type of technology inside of our business. So how can we help them get better? If we are condemning the cloud and we say that the cloud is not very nice, it's not even better,
First of
they will
all-
not even know.
First of all, I feel like for like a small business in Nigeria, they need to have the capital first to be able to afford those technology, like the resources. If they don't have it, they're not willing to invest in it.
So
that's where the problem is.
But then if you have a company that is actually willing to do it for them for free, right? Would
For
you
free.
say
For
that
how
they
long?
should jump on the opportunity? For as long as the software is existing. If
No,
the
that's-
software is existing, you have to
So
continue to
why
maintain it.
the software exists, I never pay.
You
Why?
will pay for subscription, of course. For
So
example,
why is this?
let me ask a question, right?
It's zero down for creating that.
Just for creating
So I'm
it,
just paying subscription.
you're only paying for the maintenance.
Every month,
Monthly subscription and monthly maintenance. Because if you're not even paying for the development at all, that is the reason why I
So
said
you're
we are
not
handling that,
subscription.
and we're giving you 2 months to use the software for
So
free.
it's more like a trial.
It's just like exactly. It's just like, for example, right? If you have like a application that is already developed, like let's say Amazon or whatever, and you're paying, it's a subscription kind of thing. Like if I want to cut my hair, right? Thousands. Those people that are using it, like the barbers, they actually pay $30 to use that software every month. You get that? So they did not develop the software, of course. Somebody else did develop the software. Yes.
So, yeah. Okay, so as far as like the maintenance, you guys maintain the
Yeah.
maintain and do everything.
Yeah.
So
If
how
you
do
have a downtime or the thing is not working, you don't even have to worry about that. All you have to do is just let us know that okay, this functionality is not working. Maybe we're pressing this, we're pressing that, and let's assume that they say, well, our business is going another route, and we have to scale. Right? You don't even have to worry about the scaling because we will even do that for you.
So you guys would also like provide like a demo,
Yes.
like teach them how to use it because they
Yeah.
have to be able to understand how to use it, right? The platform, the interface and all that. So you'd be willing to do that as well.
Yeah, that's part of all of the package.
Service, okay.
It comes with a package, which is the reason why when Jide was talking about cloud not being necessary or the services not being full, right? I was just very confused as to okay, some people in Nigeria actually need this opportunity because some people don't even have the money to develop the software, and I'm sure you agree with me that there are different parts to developing a software. One is the development, second is the maintenance, third is I developed a website. Even if you develop a website,
That's how
you
so
have to-
if you have a subscription fee that I'm paying, no down payment, that makes sense, right?
That's what I said earlier.
You're developing everything. No, you said 5 months, then
No, I said that you will
5
use
months.
it for 5 months
Yeah.
free. We are going to develop it for you for free. We're not going to put any money down.
Okay.
And then after 5 months, then you started paying for the subscription. And the subscription is basically for the maintenance because even the cloud that we host all of our data on, which is GitHub, we actually pay for it. We pay for GoDaddy, we pay for this and that, we pay for Deathify.
You have your own expenses. Right?
Yeah, we have our own
So I have a
expenses.
question. So I see that you already have some clients, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the clients that you do have, are these companies that have already been existing for a while and have
Yeah, he said that's one of his
good amount. They
requirements.
have
That's
good
one of the
startups.
requirements.
Yeah, but do they also have a large, well, not a large capital, but they have good, strong backing.
Yeah, still
Financial backing.
financial backing.
Okay. So
Not all of them have good financial backing. Some of them are just 1 year into the business.
So the ones that do not have good financial backing, those are the ones that they're not paying up front yet. You give
All of them are
five-
not paying up
Oh,
front.
none of them are paying.
None of them are paying up front.
Okay.
That's like his incentive for them to sign up.
Exactly.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
we're supporting them to sign up.
So the ones that don't have good financial backing, right? I guess how am I trying to form my question? They're aware there's some technology out there that can help advance their business.
Right.
Right? So
Right.
they're willing to put their, so it's not that they don't have the money, they have the money, they have something.
Right.
Because they wouldn't be consulting with you if
Exactly.
they didn't have the money.
Exactly.
Okay, so then what about the businesses that don't have the money?
You can come also.
Okay.
You can come also, which is the reason why I was telling you that for those that don't have the money, like somebody that has not even started the business at all. So that's what you're talking about. You can come.
Okay.
We will develop the software for
Okay.
you for free. You don't even have to do anything, right? You're gonna when the software is ready or the whatever is ready, we're gonna push it to you. You're gonna start using it for 5
free.
months for free.
And then
And then after 5 months, then you
Okay.
start paying for subscription.
So you're saying basically after 5 months you need to start having your business.
Some sort of money to pay.
Some sort of money to pay.
Money
We should have generated
Exactly.
profit for them
Right.
to,
Exactly.
So
even
that's
during
where-
that 5 months, right? If anything is down or broken in the system, you don't even have to pay for anything maintenance.
Right.
We still do the maintenance for you.
So that's where the repossession comes in. If they don't by that 5 months,
And then
then you take it back.
and then we would now start to run that business.
So-
And you're not even selling out the
Okay.
business. Let's assume that you come back in 6 months, 7 months,
Pay the person.
and you say, okay, now we're better. We'll give you back the business.
What if the person just decides, I'll just go back to paper?
When you're not running the business, that business is done.
You said what? How was it?
Yeah, they're done.
Because if you're
Exactly.
taking your
I
business
think
already, you
we're
can't come back and say they're better.
I think
So
we're
they're not running that
misconstruing
business.
what he's saying.
So the thing is that there is a way that you can run on. So we're taking over the technology part.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
We're
like
not
what
taking over.
discussion.
Not like you're trying to get like.
You're taking over what you provided to them. You're taking it back. Is what you're saying. Okay. So when you say that, just like I think we're misconstruing.
Like for example, right?
No, no,
let's
like that.
assume- so we have this client that does
Take it back to software.
Yeah, the services they provided is
So you can come back and say
We have a-
for the past 6 months just doing ourselves and can take that back and say okay, you guys are making.
and then we'll give you back the software. Exactly. So
So
we
you can
have.
Repossess it.
You can repossess it, yeah.
Yes.
The only thing is that we just cannot just leave that software idle because that's not good for business. That actually is taking a space in our cloud base. If it's taking a space, everybody has gigabytes for cloud base. And then if you have to put that on there, you're already taking a space out there. If you're taking a space for business, if that space is not generating any revenue, that's not good for business. As an entrepreneur, I don't think like that. Right? So if that is taking a space, for every space you have to generate a revenue. So if the revenue is not coming at the time, we're only going to take back the software part of the business. For example, we have this logistics company, right? They have like a shuttle from Enugu to Lagos and from Anambra to Lagos, right? We're currently developing an application for them that people can go in there. You can actually book the tickets. When I was going to school, because I schooled in Enugu State, Caritas. When I was going to Enugu, you have to go to Jibo and go buy the tickets. There's no way that you can buy the tickets online.
crazy.
You understand? And then even though my mom wants to send like food stuff to me, she have to go to Jibo and go drop it off. So all of those things is what we are replicating for them
Yeah, so they can
online.
just go on there and
May I?
purchase
That
So,
exactly.
I want to ask you something. You just said something earlier. You said that, and to clear this up for anyone who's listening, when I think we were misconstruing it based on the words that he was using, they don't take the business away. They're taking the services that they provided
The services.
away. So now that we understand that part, you also said that that service is taking up space in your cloud. You can't just be idle. I asked the question earlier, I said, then do you then provide that service to other people? Because at that point, you created that services, but like you just used that example of the shuttles. You don't have shuttles to use because you don't have the buses, the business.
But then you can have a franchise and then you can partner, which is why we have a business development team. So let's assume that the people, the logistic people cannot pay for that happy anymore. And we take that part,
Take it back.
we take it back, right? Of course, what we're gonna do is we'll look or source for like companies that have buses. They rent buses out, right? So if they rent buses out, of course you can say you want to rent these buses for like 2 years or 3 years, and then you can be running that business. So when the company, if the company comes, right, and they say, oh, we cannot pay for this anymore, I just will not just say, or we will not just say, oh, we want to take back the.
That's what I was going to ask. Would you give them like a grace period?
Yeah.
Would
So,
there be a grace period
yeah.
for them to see if they can recover?
Recover,
Before
exactly.
before you take back
Before
that
we
service.
take it permanently. So we're gonna talk to them. We're gonna be like, okay, what is the problem, right? And one of the things that our business development team does is that let's assume that they say we're not able to make the payments right now. We're not able to grow or whatever. Our business development